Hey guys, Michael here. I wanted to formally introduce myself to the YouTube community. So I've been a digital marketer for a while now, and I'm actually going to now go on YouTube and kind of share what I know to help people out all around the world, help facilitate growth. I'm one of the top digital marketers out there, and I've been living under a rock and making money for other people, getting results for another name that's just not mine. So it's I want to be able to do that and provide a place where people can learn the most current strategies. So I've noticed that a lot of agencies, they create a strategy that they have success with, and they don't really try anything new, or that they use as a cookie cutter for every single ad account or every single XYZ, and no one's different, no account's the same, so you can't use the same strategy. So that's why I have the Hydra scaling method. Actually allows me to try 3 to 5 strategies out the first 45 days to find what works best for your ad account, what works best in terms of Facebook ads, media buying, and then I find what works best and I help push it. So that's actually my competitive advantage that I've actually noticed over other people. So today's actually 9/11/24, and it's 6:13 p.m. It's kind of a spontaneous day for me, so I actually quit my 9 to 5 this morning. I didn't really give a 2-week notice. It's really unlike me. Usually I give a 2-week notice, and I was really concerned with my coworkers and stuff as well, because I was the only one in my department. But ultimately, the gratification and satisfaction I was getting out of the job wasn't there anymore. I was creating amazing results, getting amazing results for clients and for ultimately the CEO of my company who was using those results. And I just wasn't really getting invited out to networking events. I wasn't able to celebrate my wins, nothing like that. So I felt like I was just working continuously without much, I was in that wheel. I was in that wheel that people always talk about, the 9 to 5 rat race. And I'm not trying to boost my own horn. But I'm way too smart to be in that rat race. The only difference between me doing it myself and what was going on there is that leads were already coming in, and I was just servicing accounts, So now, all I got to do is work on how can I get leads coming in and, continue to deliver great results for my current clients, focus on word of mouth, blow them up, and absolutely make a name for myself. On top of that, my brand is HydraSpire Digital Marketing. So I'm the CEO, founder, and lead strategist of HydraSpire Digital Marketing. I started that in February of this year, so brand new. I do have about 7 to 8 clients right now. They pay me anywhere from, I'll just be honest, they pay me anywhere from $750 to $2,000, depending on whenever they kind of got started. Now, I will say my rates are kind of going up and are a little bit of a higher amount just because I am delivering constant results. I'm one of the best media buyers in the whole world. I've actually talked with multiple people at Meta, and I've worked with people that have bought every agency in the world and have taught in my talent and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to get out there and share what I have. Just to give you a little bit of update on, my life the last couple of years. So when I was going to college, I was a dishwasher. I was a dishwasher, and I was barely making ends meet, making minimum wage. I don't come from money. I was always having to, I have a single mother that raised me with 3 other kids. I was the oldest, so, everyone else gets everything. And I was also little sisters as well, so, take care of them. And I was kind of the one that could kind of just do his own thing, and it's I knew I couldn't really ask for much because we didn't really have too much to give, so I always had to work my tail off. At a young age, I knew I really wasn't going to be working for somebody. I'm surprised it even took me this long. I'm 28 years old right now. But yeah, so basically what happened was I was a dishwasher and I wanted to be a server because I knew I could talk, things like that. So I went up to the owner and I said, hey, let me be a server. And he was like, if you have serving experience next year, you can be a server. So I was like, all right, bet. So I went to Topgolf. I got a job at Topgolf. It was absolutely amazing. I was actually one of the top salespeople. Every time I stepped in the door, I was selling the most units, most money was coming from revenue, from me upselling people, making them sure they're happy, providing that good environment. All those are going to be ways you can increase, that money and stuff in terms of how much people are going to spend. I was getting good tips and stuff like that. So that was 2018. I was a server at Top Golf, and I came back to school my super senior year. I was a double major in business management and marketing, which I actually don't use anything I learned there, even though I do business management and marketing now. I learned like 20-year-old books that were like terrible texts that nothing's even important nowadays, I promise you. And I was so woke. This was like 2018. I was like opening a book. It was like 2010. I'm not a fan of like books that are gonna be like super outdated the second they're made. And then doing something that's a decade old but trying to charge. Colleges are one of the greatest scams. They charge you $20,000 to $60,000 a month or a year to give you outdated 10-year-old content is absolutely crazy. So remember that whenever you guys try to reach out to me and I tell you my numbers, that's how much they're charging, and how much I'm charging is so inexpensive for, one, the education I'm providing, and two, like blowing you guys up. Anyways, back to my story. So after I was at Top Golf for 1 year in 2018, I went back for my super senior year of college. Also, I went to Northwest Missouri State, by the way. Go Bearcats. Once a Bearcat, always a Bearcat. Got to represent. D2 capital of the world. All right, I'm done with that. Anyways, I went back to the same restaurant I was a server at, or sorry, a dishwasher at. I went back to the place I was a dishwasher at, and the guy told me, he's like, no, you can still be a dishwasher. So I quit that job on the spot. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. So I stopped being a dishwasher for that guy, and of course he found like another dishwasher, so he wasn't hurt by any means. And I worked at Topgolf still, and I drove 2 hours to work every other weekend so I could keep my job. By the way, Topgolf, you need to change you require people to work every 2 weeks to have a job there. Like, no, for people in college, it should be once a month, once every 3 months. Like, change that policy yesterday. You might have already changed it. This was a couple years ago, but I'm pretty sure you guys haven't, so change it. Anyways, so worked at Topgolf. It was absolutely amazing. I graduated college in 2019. May 2019, I moved down to Dallas. Moved down to Dallas right away. I transferred to Topgolf down here in downtown Dallas. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Topgolf, for the transfer portal. It allowed me to actually pick any city that there's a Topgolf in, which is all the major cities. So I got to pick the exact city, and my friend was already in Dallas, one of my friends I grew up with. So I met up with him, and you know, some crazy things happened. I was here for 2 weeks. In Dallas in 2 weeks. I'm here now, and a crane hit my house. Something just like this. And I'll probably provide a picture here eventually, but a crane hit my house and displaced over 500 people. So essentially I was homeless for 2 weeks, had to live at a hotel and find a new place to live. Didn't have my car, didn't have any of my furniture, didn't have hardly any of my clothing. They let us go in and get like a hamper worth of our stuff. And it was a crazy traumatic experience. So I was like homeless for like 2 weeks. We found a place to live, and I was here for that was my first month. Fast forward like 3 or 5 months later, COVID hit. So COVID hit like, you know, the next month, like February of 2020, COVID hit. I got furloughed from my job. So I was like, what next, you know? So my roommate actually did dropshipping and had success with dropshipping. From there, he came to me and was like, hey, I'm having success with this online. I'm doing really good at it, but I want to focus on outward marketing. If you can learn this and like learn the strategy. So I sat next to him every single day while he took like consulting calls, and while he was doing while he was running his business like $1 million in like 3 months, I was watching him and studying and everything. And so I actually helped create and develop his curriculum. I was his first employee. I'm going to keep this anonymous, who this person is. You guys can do your research and maybe find this out. But I was his first employee, and we blew the company absolutely up. The company is still there to this day. I was the first consultant. I was the lead consultant. I trained all the consultants. I created a curriculum and did all that. And I was the operations. So I did operations. We got in Forbes, so I've already been seen in Forbes as well. I'll be providing that publication here eventually. You guys can do your due diligence to find that as well. So I was featured in Forbes for my media buying and scaling and how to grow online for 2020. Absolutely amazing. Politics got involved. I got pushed out of the business. and I decided to invest all the money I made, almost like $80,000, into Airbnb, and like probably like 2021 time. Airbnb, I dislike you extremely, by the way, but Airbnb changed their policy to not favor the host anymore, which is absolutely ridiculous because we're funding our place, we're providing a sanctuary for people, we're doing so much, and then you only benefit them. So basically what happened was I had like 8 properties up. They were doing well. They during a second round of COVID happened, and they cleared all of our calendars. So my calendar was like 90% full. All my money was accounted for. I was making like 30-40% on every unit. They cleared every calendar, and then they let people like for the next like 5 months like cancel like last minute with no like refunds, like full refunds given back for last minute cancellations, leading to crazy vacancies. So I ended up losing like over 100,000. So I was up 80K, went down 100K, so net minus 20K, and that was like that was how I started my young entrepreneur life. While other people were making money and their business was continuing to make money, and they were reaping the benefits of what I was sowing. I was absolutely pissed. So that happened. I lost 100K. I was unemployed at that time, and my girl left me. I remember this. I didn't even have enough money to go home. Like, it was like New Year's, like Christmas and New Year's, and I think it was like 2022. Yeah, 2022, and I literally had it in my room, on my couch in my living room, and it was so depressed. Like, I owed money on my rent. I had my door locked and had all the lights off, trying to make sure no one knew I was there to try to come and collect rent. I was depressed. I didn't have anybody to talk to. Obviously family, but like I couldn't even talk to them about it. Like, there was no one I could really go for help. I tried to do like the services to help me with rent. Like, I couldn't even get that. It was a terrible situation. Contemplated some really negative thoughts and stuff like that. Like, I really had a rock bottom. I went and worked at a warehouse for 2 weeks. Like, I worked at a warehouse for 2 weeks. I drove through an ice storm at 4 a.m. because I had to get up at 4 a.m. to go get there to start my shift at like 6 a.m. Absolutely insane. I was there for like 2 weeks, and I do all mental work and stuff, so that was like physical labor. So I was there for 2 weeks, hurt my shoulder like week 1, and they were like, you had to hit these numbers, and I couldn't even lift nothing with my right arm. So it was stupid, excuse my language. So that happened, and quit. Again, was home, was still depressed. Ended up like moving back to Kansas City with my family and my mom. So bless my mom for like providing that foundation for me to get back on my feet. I did find a new company, a privately owned company in Fort Worth, and I was a senior media buyer. So I've been there for the last 16 months. It was great. Had amazing clients. They're at the top of their game, but part of the reason they're at the top of their game is because I was delivering most of their results. I was in a silo working remote. We didn't really ever celebrate our wins, which is really unfortunate. I worked my butt off to not really ever celebrate it. And I was just honestly like feeding someone else's dream when I knew I could do more. So, I finally had enough. I have about 8 clients now, and I was servicing like 150 clients day to day over there. And I just like couldn't do it anymore. Like, I was waking up at like 6, 7 a.m. and like working till like 9, and my sleep schedule was messed up, so I wouldn't go to bed till like 1 in the morning. Do it again, like 3 months of that, I was burnt out. So that led me to today, again, September 11th, 2024. I didn't even know it was 9/11, by the way. Like, there's been no announcements. My friend told me like at like 4 p.m. It's 6:30 now. So on 9/11/2024, I officially quit my job. Didn't get my 2 weeks. Like, I just said, I'm out. Might have burned some bridges. I probably did burn some bridges. But at the end of the day, my fate was already written. I'm just following it. I work out for myself. I'm young. I'm single. Like, I'm a dog in a space, and I really just have to prove it. And so I'm here to do that. So appreciate you guys being here. Follow along my journey. Follow me on IG, Michael T. Coleman. Follow me on IG on there. Follow me on his YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. I'm going to be posting content, case studies, different subjects in all different niches. So whatever niche you're in, I can help you out. Just leave a comment down below. Anything you guys need help with in terms of Facebook, Meta, anything you guys have questions with, whether it be beginner or advanced, even like business operation wise, like let me know. I can help you out with that. Leave a comment down below. But yeah, so this is a little bit of introduction video. Super excited to be here and really revolutionize the world and a lot of people's lives. Again, my name is Michael Coleman, CEO, founder, and lead strategist at HydraSpire Digital Marketing. And I'll talk to you soon. Later.